Thank you, President. My adjournment matter tonight is for the Minister for Planning, and my ask is that the Minister meet with a group of residents of Windsor who have requested a meeting with him and listen to their concerns about the proposed development at 196 to 206 High Street. The Development Facilitation Program is the government's fast-track planning system, ostensibly to encourage our economic recovery post-COVID. But it's really concerning to hear that the program has instead become yet another playground for developers who are using it to circumvent the usual checks and balances in our planning system and avoid proper scrutiny. Today, my Greens colleague, the member for Paran, Sam Hibbins, and I met with a group of residents who are appalled that this project has been called in through the Development Facilitation Program. This proposed new office building would sit within the Windsor Village, a precinct which has been planned out as a community-orientated local neighbourhood centre, low-rise urban village. However, the proposed development completely flouts the stated purpose and character of Windsor Village. It will be 26.3 metres tall, which is almost 50% higher than the preferred maximum height of 18 metres. As an office building, the development is not sought after as a use in the Windsor Village precinct. After over 100 objections to the initial proposal, Stonnington Council refused to issue the permit for the development. This decision was upheld by VCAT, and in its decision, the tribunal specifically noted that the provision of additional office space would not deliver a significant community benefit, one of the criteria for the DFP. Yet the proposal has been called in through the program that is supposed to be fast-tracking projects that provide a substantial public benefit. This, of course, is not the first instance we've heard that the will of the community is being circumvented through the DFP or other COVID fast-track schemes. There was the Allura project in Nagambie, where the minister called in the project through the priority project's fast-track despite community opposition and VCAT case pending. There was a lead battery smelter in Hazelwood, where again the minister ignored council opposition and a strong community campaign against the project. And just this week at Moreland City Council, they rejected the minister's push to take control of another project that clearly doesn't meet the local planning rules. The minister had asked for their views on Amendment C2116 for 2 to 6 Ballarat Street and 1416 to 18 Ovens Street in Brunswick. Council found that the design response fails to respond to policies and objectives of the planning scheme and will have an adverse impact on heritage, future development potential and result in poor internal amenity for future occupants. It also found that little affordable housing would actually be provided. Our local councils are key planning decision makers for a reason. They understand the values and character of their local suburbs, and they work with community to develop a shared vision of the area. We know that developers are good at gaming the system, and the government has just handed them a brand new mechanism through by which they can do this to avoid community, council or VCAT opposition, and by just getting their projects approved by the minister, regardless of whether their projects have any public significant benefit. I ask the minister actually hear the community's concerns, meet with the residents of Windsor who have repeatedly requested a meeting with him and hear their concerns about this development.